Hello everyone, welcome back to our Power BI channel. Here we are covering DAX functions in this series. In the previous 4 videos, we have completed filter functions. And in today's class, we will study some new category of DAX functions, which are financials function. As name suggests guys, these are the functions are not used in normal reports. They are mostly used in finance related dashboards. So we will cover only few functions of financial category. So let's start the class guys. So here are the topics guys which we are going to cover today. So firstly start with this accrued DAX function. Accrued stands for accrued interest rate. Commerce background guys will easily understand that what is accrued interest. So guys, we will not study here accounts and commerce. Here we will only cover some financial functions. So I will definitely try to cover some account terminologies. So first we talk about this accrued DAX function. So go to the data view. So guys, accrued DAX functions returns the accrued interest for a security that pay periodical interest. If I go here in Microsoft page, so you guys can read the definition. It returns the accrued interest for a security that pays a periodical interest. And now look at the syntax guys. So we have to follow these 8 parameters to apply this DAX function. And if you want to see the formula guys, so it is much complicated. So now let's understand how we can use in Power BI Desktop. So here is the data set guys where I have taken issue date, interest date, settlement date, coupon rate, par value and frequency. So let's go to the report view and go to the practical page. And here I will apply this DAX function. So click on new measure. So let me replace this measure with accrued. And now I will write my DAX formula which is accrued. So to apply this formula guys, we need to use selected value function here. Otherwise this function will not work. So firstly I will select selected value. And the first parameter is column name. So firstly I will take issue date as a column name which is from the accrued table. Close the bracket and now look at the second parameter guys which is the interest date. So again I will press comma and again I will type selected value. And under selected value guys I will take first interest date which is again from the accrued table. Close the bracket and look at the third parameter guys which is settlement date. So again I will take selected column and here simply I will enter settlement date which is again from the accrued table. Close the bracket, comma. Now look at the next parameter guys which is rate. So again I will apply selected value and I will enter coupon rate, comma. Now the next parameter is par value. Again we need to write selected value and simply enter column name which is par value which is from the accrued table, comma. And now look at the next parameter guys which is frequency. I will again enter selected value and under selected value I will enter frequency, comma, and the next parameter is basis. So let's go to the Microsoft DAX page and you guys select basis on the basis of that particular numbers. If you select 1 here, so it will calculate on the basis of actual. If you select 2 here, so it will calculate actual divided by 360. So in this way you guys can use this basis. So I will simply select here 1, comma, and the last parameter is calculated method. So we will use true DAX function here and close the bracket. And let me take one card visual from here and let me drag and drop this measure here. So we can see guys our result has come out. So guys, don't focus on calculation because this calculation is done from Power BI. You just only simply write the values under the formula. So in this way guys we can use accrued DAX function. And as I already told you, this function is not mostly used in report. But we are covering here DAX functions in this series, so I will cover few financial DAX functions. either it is much useful or not. And our next DAX function is accrued_am. So I have created separate table guys for accrued_am. And this function returns the accrued interest for a security that pay interest at maturity. So guys, we don't need to focus on calculation because calculation is done by Power BI on the basis of that formula. So let's quickly see how this formula works. So we will apply formula on the basis of this data set. So let me click on new measure from here. And let me rename this measure as accrued_am. And now I will write my DAX function, which is accrued_am. So the first parameter is issue. So again we have to enter all the columns here under selected value. So firstly I will take selected value here. And the first parameter is issue date. So I will select issue date, which is from the accrued_am table. Close the bracket guys, comma. Now the second parameter is maturity date. So again I will take selected value here and simply enter maturity date. Close the bracket, comma, and the third parameter is rate, which is coupon rate. So again I will select selected value here and enter coupon rate, which is from the accrued_am table. Close the bracket, comma, and the next parameter is par. So I will enter selected value and now I will write par, which is from the accrued_am table. Close the bracket guys, comma, and the last parameter is basis. So let's go to the Microsoft DAX page, and again we have various kind of basis. So you guys can select the basis according to your requirement. So this time I will select here 3, which is divided by 365. And close the bracket. So we have created the DAX function guys. So let me copy paste this visual. And I am removing accrued from here. So this is the formula guys which we have created. So here is the result guys. So in this way guys, we can calculate accrued and accrued_am. And now move toward the last topic of our today class, which is present value. So look at the data set first. So here we have 3 columns, and on the basis of that we can calculate the present value. So to calculate present value guys, we have different formula here. And here is the formula guys to calculate present value. So you don't need to afraid to look at this formula. This calculation is done by Power BI. Let's go to the Power BI desktop, and now we will learn how can we calculate present value under Power BI. So let me quickly create one new measure from here. And we have to simply follow the parameters guys. Don't focus about the formula. So I will simply replace this as present value. And now I will write my DAX function, which is PV. So look at the first parameter guys, which is rate. So I will enter selected value here. Under selected value guys, I will enter the column name, which is rate. And close the bracket. Rate should be from the present value table. And I will divide this rate of interest with 12 because we have 12 months in a year. Comma. So under next parameter, we need to enter the EMIs guys, which is 72. So again I will enter selected value here. And I will enter EMIs here. Close the bracket, comma, and the next parameter is payment. So I will minus this payment amount. So I will put it minus sign here and I will write selected value. And under selected value, I will write my amount. Close the bracket, comma. So the next parameter is face value. So you guys can skip this or put it 0, comma, and the last part is type. So let's go to the Microsoft page and you guys can select the type according to your requirement. So I will select here 0 this time. 0 and close the bracket. And let's go to the report view. So let me copy paste this visual and let me remove it from here. So here is the measure guys which we have created. So let me drag and drop it here. So here is the answer guys. In this way we can calculate the present value. I know guys it bit complicated than previous DAX functions which we have studied. But guys we are trying to cover mostly DAX function through this series. And these financial DAX functions are mostly used by account department or finance department. If you are not clear with this DAX function, so I would request please watch this video and do some practice. And those who are new to this channel, kindly hit the like and subscribe button. And don't forget to press bell icon, else you will miss an update. And if anyone wants to learn Power BI from scratch, so here is the channel guys, which name is Power BI Full Course by Shubham. And here I have explained each and every concept in detail within 50 tutorials. So you guys can easily learn Power BI from scratch. And paid session and free job support are also available guys. So you guys can connect me on LinkedIn. Link is given under the description box. Thank you so much guys for your more love and support. Thank you so much. Keep growing, keep learning. Thank you so much.